Howdy folks, I'm a zoomy zither zigzagging zingy zealous zombie zoologists.
I'm Amber.
And here is some more zombie zoologists for us to zing.
Brains.
Apparently Amber has changed professions. You won't find any brains here, kid. Alright folks, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Publicly Apologizing to the Kid That I Used to Bully in High School? So, back in high school, I, a 27-year-old female, was a pretty well-behaved student and treated my peers well. However, there was this one boy in my class that I used to pick on and bully on a regular basis. I won't go into the details as to why that's irrelevant to the overall post. When we graduated, I never saw him again. Well, last month, I went to a friend's birthday party, and to my shock, he was there. Initially, I did not recognize him, but when someone said his name, I started to put the pieces together. Not only was his personality entirely different, he was shockingly attractive too. I went up to him to chat, and his demeanor changed instantly. He closed off, spoke less, and made little to no eye contact. I tried to keep the conversation going, but it was like pulling teeth. I did apologize, as I felt that was what he was waiting for, but he didn't really respond to the apology. At least, not in the way that I expected. I jokingly said that I won't beg for his forgiveness forever, and that he also can't hate me forever. He wasn't paying attention, so I decided to put this entire drama to an end. I grabbed the karaoke mic, and I publicly apologized to him at the party. I said that I'm truly sorry for how I made him feel in high school, and that I was stupid, mean bully. I also said that I'm totally down to hang out whenever, if he wants to do so we can move past this hurt. I actually got cheers, so I thought I did a good thing. However, he was angry and asked to speak to me in private. He basically called me a moron and crazy. We started arguing, and I told him that a public apology was really the only way to get things going. He called me selfish, attention-seeking jerk who can't take no for an answer. So, am I truly in the wrong here? I read somewhere that putting things out there is the best way to heal and get over things. Alright folks, what do you think?
Yes, OP, I think you're being a jerk here. The most important thing to keep in mind is you are not owed forgiveness. So I understand, OP says in the comments that she's on a journey of self-discovery and self-improvement. I understand wanting to make amends for past wrongdoing, but you can't make people forgive you.
Yeah.
And the way you went about this, he made it clear he did not want your apology. And so you put him on the spot to try and force him to accept your apology and move on and hang out with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this was really kind of a coercive way of approaching this apology, whether OP intended it or not. I think from OP's comments here, it does seem like they're trying to become a better person, but I don't necessarily think they're achieving that goal in the way that they think they're achieving that goal.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is it just seems like OP is very kind of self-centered, self-focused, and they can't see the bigger picture of like everyone else's feelings are valid and matter.
Yeah.
And she should have taken the hint when he wasn't responsive to her conversation and later the apology that he didn't want anything to do with her.
Yeah.
And sometimes, unfortunately, that's how it goes. We do something hurtful and the other person is like, nah, I don't want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to hang out. I just don't want to see you again.
Yeah. And I think that's a perfectly legitimate way to approach a situation where someone was traumatized for years. It sounds like this guy was traumatized. He doesn't want to be around you because it brings up his past trauma. And you have to accept that that's the way it's going to be, instead of just trying to force him into forgiving you. I sincerely believe, just from like the way OP sounds in this, that they want to believe that they are sincere in their apology.
But I mean, I only see like either one, they just really feel like his forgiveness is essential to their self-improvement journey, and they cannot feel like a better person until they get it.
Yeah.
Which is a bad way to handle that, because it's, again, not a sign of improvement. Or two, OP says in the comments that he's like movie star level attractiveness right now, and she just really wants to get with him.
Yeah, she might. So let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Buying My Bridesmaid Dresses on a Cheap Website? Writing this on a throwaway because they definitely have read it. I'm a 24-year-old female and my wedding is 5 months away and is getting super duper expensive. I didn't want to be the person who relied on my parents for everything, so me and my fiance are paying for everything ourselves, which is fine for us. I'm a social worker and my fiance is a teacher, so obviously we're not loaded, but we still wanted all of our friends to be able to come and not be financially strained. So instead of a destination wedding like what we wanted, we had our wedding in a church nearby, but not all of our friends are from New York City where we live. Some people had to travel. Now to the issue at hand. I spent $85 exactly on my dress, which I bought at a thrift store, and my fiance rented his tux. I figured since our friends and families could take the time out of their day to come and spend it at our wedding, and I had a very specific idea of what I wanted our wedding to look like, we could at least pay for the clothes, our bridesmaids' dresses, groomsmen's tuxes, flower girl dresses, etc. You know, the basics. So I informed the bridesmaids of their dress options, and they voted on them. So fast forward a few weeks, and I get everyone's sizes and order the dresses, and they finally come. I invite every bridesmaid to come over to my apartment and try on the dresses, except for my sister because she lives in Washington, D.C. Everyone loved them, except one of my friends, we'll call her Z. Z is a 24-year-old female, and I went to high school, and she's always been kind of stuck up. First, she called the dress that almost every other bridesmaid picked ghetto. And then, as soon as she saw the dress and put it on, she said that it made her look fat, and how the color that I chose, pink, didn't match her skin tone. Then she saw the tag and flipped out. She was like, oh my goodness, no wonder. The fabric quality is garbage. It's like literally from blank. So that's so embarrassing. What was it like? $2? Z knows that I'm not super wealthy like her, so comments made me feel bad. Afterwards, another girl who was one of my bridesmaids said that Z told her that she would probably get a disease from the dress and throw it out before she got herpes. Z then went up to me the next day showing me the dress that I should have got, and I looked at the prices and they were $175 per dress plus shipping and tax. Z then called me a cheapskate and that I was going to ruin the entire day just because I refused to pay a few more dollars and that everyone in my bridal company is going to not show up to the wedding. So my question is, am I the jerk for buying my bridesmaids' dresses from a cheap website? Alright folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk, although I think you could do with one fewer bridesmaids. Like, you are trying to do them a favor by saving money. If Z is loaded, why is she throwing a fit about wearing a cheap dress for one day? Like, this isn't her wedding. This is your wedding. And, like, why doesn't she buy all the bridesmaids' dresses if $175 is so reasonable?
You know, I feel bad for OP in this situation because it seems like OP was trying to do everyone a favor, and that just kind of goes to show that no good deed goes unpunished. I think that Z is probably accustomed to more high quality things, and she's taking this out on OP. And I think, like what Amber said, is she's this upset and disappointed with OP's choices and decisions that she should have offered to buy dresses instead.
I think you're going to do better without someone like this in your wedding. Like, that's the way she's throwing a fit, because you wouldn't drop $175 plus on her when your own wedding dress was $85. Not everyone is loaded. Not everyone has a ton of money. And I really hate how she's equating wealth with how much you care about people. And it's easy to say when you make tons of money. You'd be like, you know, $175, that's just a drop in the bucket. But a social worker and a teacher offering to buy the bridesmaids' dresses in general is really a generous thing in that case with those kind of salaries. So yeah,
I think that OP is extremely generous. I think that a lot of people force their bridesmaids and groomsmen to actually get their own clothing.
I mean, we just read a story yesterday where, you know, the poor woman had to pay $800 for a bridesmaid dress. And so the upside, though, is it sounds like the other bridesmaids are all really awesome and like the dresses. And it sounds like most of the people OP picked are in her corner and want to see her have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
So
hopefully you have one less bridesmaid who will be less complaining. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling Everyone Exactly Why I'm Allowed at My Cousin's Wedding? I'm a 20-year-old female, and I have a cousin, a 23-year-old female, who just got married to her boyfriend of about 2 years, a 21-year-old male, and he proposed to her about 4 months ago, and they had their wedding 3 days ago. One thing about me and her husband is that we dated in high school for about 2 years. We broke up on good terms, we just didn't feel that we were in love with each other anymore, and we stayed good friends, and then in college, my cousin saw him at a party, and they started going out a few months later. I was fine with them being together, as I have no romantic feelings for him anymore. My cousin found out that I had dated him in high school because one of our mutual friends was making a joke about how he was moving through our family. I thought she might be a little shocked and get over it, and oh man, was I wrong. And then, 2 days before the wedding, I asked her what time it was, and she just looked at me and said, "Oh, sorry, girl, you're not coming." Of course, I asked her why, and she just answered, "Look, you've put me through enough hurt knowing that you were in love with a man. Just be a good cousin for once and stop trying to steal him. If I don't want you at the wedding because you've had an intimate relationship with my future husband, just respect that." I felt so hurt because I spent lots of unpaid time helping her, and I spent my own money on the wedding, and now she won't even let me go. I was so mad, and then I left and I sent a text to her saying that I want my money back. She said no. I said if she doesn't give me my money back right now, then I'm going to tell everyone why I'm not able to go to her wedding, keeping in mind that I spent hundreds of dollars on her wedding. She still said no, and that I'm not giving back to you, and call them and tell them, and I don't care. So I did. I was mad and hurt that she would do this to me at this point, and there is only 1 day into the wedding, and so I posted on Instagram that I let my cousin date my ex-boyfriend. Tomorrow, there's going to be a wedding, and I'm not allowed to go because I was with him first. She saw that along with loads of other people from the family that knew about her. The family was super mad with her, and she came crying to my apartment and calling me a no-good snake. She told me that because I was such a jerk, people were dropping out of her wedding. I didn't mean for that to happen. Am I the jerk? Okay, I got some comments about this that made me realize that my storytelling is garbage, so here you go. Letting them date, okay, I didn't mean it like I don't believe that I own him. I just wanted to try to make it seem like I was justified and it wasn't wrong of me. 2, my family dropping out, just found out only my parents and siblings left. 3, her boyfriend jumping from family members being a jerk move. He didn't know that we were cousins until we met him at the family party, and I said it was fine when he asked. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Alright, folks, what do you think?
I don't think you are in the wrong here, OP, because your cousin, like, if she didn't want to invite you to the wedding, she should never have asked for your help with the wedding and never have expected you to spend money on the wedding.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key right here. If she just kind of used you at that point in time, this is like, oh, I'm going to get all this extra work out of you, and I'm going to get money out of you, but don't come to the wedding.
Like, if she was feeling insecure about you being there because you had a past with her partner, she could have told you up front, oh, hey, OP, I care about you, but I just don't know if I can feel comfortable having you at the wedding. And that might not have been great, but it's her wedding. But to exploit you like this and be like, wait until 2 days before the wedding and be like, you're not going after you spent your time and money on it, just be a good cousin for once. Why doesn't she try being a good cousin?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you were a great cousin, helping her with her wedding, helping her plan, spending money on it. That sounds like a great cousin to me. So I don't think that you're in the wrong here at all, OP. But let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here. It's cold tea, purposefully cold, because it's very hot in here.
It is.
And Amber, she's got a joke, and it's from my arch nemesis, Jovial Bob Stein.
Why shouldn't you invite werewolves into your house?
I can tell you exactly why you shouldn't invite werewolves into your house, Jovial Bob Stein. You might think it's because they're going to bite you and turn you into a werewolf like many of the lures do. But it's actually because you have silverware because you're a high-class individual, and The moment the werewolf sat down at the table and started eating and joining you for dinner, you poisoned them and you killed them. It was terrible. It was horrifying. And that's why you shouldn't invite a werewolf into your house.
They'll shit on the couch, is what Jovial Bobstein said.
That too. And I have Mega Mint. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday, Junior!
Happy Friday, Junior!
We made it! We're almost to the end of the week here, folks. So, congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. You deserve it. Amber's giving herself a pat on her back. She feels she deserves it. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance. And please, have it an apology song from karaoke.
I'm so sorry that I make everything about me, including this very apology. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like it. That works for me. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.